All right, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm working on a 2010 Audi A5 Premium Plus. The steering sensor in the steering wheel has gone bad, so I need to replace that as well as then recalibrate, reset it using some computer software. So that's what we're doing today. Thanks for joining. This is TWC Projects, and I hope you find this interesting. Probably be for those people who have the very specific need and they need to see how to do this. There are other videos out there about it, but this one, I try to cover the software, in particular every little step in that, because that was something that just nobody seemed to have the details on that I could find. So anyway, welcome to TWC Projects. Let's get started. All right, so the last and one of the more important things to do is to set up your VCDS software from Rostec. At least this is the one that looks like it works best with the Volkswagens and Audis. So I'm going to start by running an auto scan. As the first time I run this, so I need to go through and let it do its thing, gather all the information it needs. All right, that took probably about a minute and a half maybe, and pull back all the codes. So let's go ahead and save a copy of this results. Close my results. There we go. Next. What do I want to do next? I want to do select. Select control module. I'm going to do 16 steering wheel. Please confirm by entering the VIN's last 3 digits. All right. Okay. So let's go through these steps again now that I figured out how to do it actually correctly. Starting from the screen, once you know your USB is hooked up to the ODB2 reader, you're going to hit select. Then we're going to go to steering wheel. Then we're going to enter our security access code, which it gives you a hint right there, 40168. You say OK. It accepts it. So you say OK. Then the next thing you do is you go to the basic setting. Basic settings. And you select steering sensor. And then you want to turn your wheel till you get it as close as you can, plus or minus. So you want to do 0, there we go. But as close as you can, plus or minus 1.5, it says in the instructions, degrees. Here's what I was missing. From here I kept going down and saying done, go, but you don't. You gotta say on, off, next. Then you'll get the OK in the third field, which is what it's saying down here. I just couldn't figure out. I didn't really understand that before. So it says that it'll say OK, which it does in the 1, 2, 3 in the third field. After that, you say done and go back. Then you go to fault codes and you check them. Oh wait a minute, measuring blocks 8. You go to that first, and you're going to put in 033. And you're going to say go, and it should give you all zeros, which is what we want. So then we're going to say done, go back, and we're going to go check fault codes. And then what I did was I ended up clearing the codes, and then I had to shut the engine off and start it back up again. And once I did, my indicator is gone, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to take it out for a test drive, but that's how you do it. And nobody really had a good recording on the internet for that. It's the only reason I'm doing this. Maybe somebody did, I just didn't find it. They they just briefly said that you needed to go in here and reset. Well, I didn't know what that meant, so it took me a little while, so I figured I'd record it and show you as well. I'm going to close that now and go back. We're going to exit, and we're going to go for a test drive. So, and then I'll let you know how it goes. But I expect that steering sensor light to stay off now, which is super exciting. So let's go give it a shot. All right, well, that was it. That's a success. I'm very excited to get that finally working. I've been driving around for probably 8 or 9 months with that sensor not working correctly, and I knew I had an inspection coming up in a couple months and that I needed to get it figured out. So you know, I do have an ODBC reader, which I think I showed you before, but that didn't allow me to reset the some of the controls and reprogram the steering angle sensor. So I ended up buying this Hex 2-V2 reader, ODB2 reader from this company called Rostech. So there it is right there. Rostech.com, and not inexpensive. I think with shipping and everything, it ended up being about $250. But what you get with it isn't just the reader. You also get 3 licenses to use the software. It's really the software that does everything. So you need both of them together. And like I said, it comes. You can buy it with 10 licenses too if you're working on cars all the time. But for me, that's the only Audi I have. But it'll license up to 3 different VINs for Audis or Volkswagens. And so if I got another car, I could still keep using it. I'm licensed for up to 2 more cars. So just want to point that out, why that sounds really expensive for a little piece of hardware. But it's not really just the hardware, it's the software that comes with it, which is the bomb. So anyway, I wanted to clarify that. That plus the cost of the sensor itself. Fortunately, I was able to get, and I put in a used one for $119 from eBay versus, I think the new ones are about $475. So not inexpensive at all. So this is the Audi A5 Premium Plus. And it's got a lot of miles on it. It's got, I think, 160,000 miles on it. I bought it with 135 or 40. And it still has oil challenges, which a lot of these do, oil consumption. So, but everything else is tip-top, running great. And this was the kind of the last thing. This light was just on the dash the whole time because even though I put in the new steering angle sensor, the clock. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching TWC Projects. A very different project. I'm usually not working on. I usually don't record when I work on the cars. I do work on this car, but so a little something different this week. But hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic week. And I'll see you on the next project.